Here's a video on what to expect for your first day/week of sixth form and some advice. And if you're going to college, don't worry, you can watch this as well because some of it will overlap. Firstly, please don't be scared. There are so many things to worry about when it comes to sixth form, none of which you need to be worrying about on the very first day or before you've even started. For the first week, just go with the mindset of making friends. I would say make the right friends, but you don't need to think about that on the very first day. You just need to focus on being as extroverted as possible and speaking to loads of people, even if you're shy, because it's the people you first speak to that you'll gravitate towards. So if on the first couple of days you're speaking to people and being really friendly and being open to talking to everyone, people will come back to you and speak to you because you're like a familiar face that they know. I know it is terrifying speaking to new people, especially when you move to a new sixth form or college like I did, but I did post a video on how to make friends at college and sixth form. Okay, next, something that is so helpful is having a group chat with everyone from your classes. On the first day, this can be awkward to sort of make and put together, so don't worry for the first day. But after a couple of weeks have gone by, think about getting people's Snapchats, their Instagrams, and putting a little bit of a group together because it can be really helpful down the line. I realise I've talked so much about advice, so a couple of things to expect on the first day or first week is the first lessons of your classes will likely be sort of getting introduced to the subject, what it's about, meeting your teacher, so don't worry too much about everything you're bringing on the first day because it won't be too much work. Although you do really jump straight into content, there's no like long introduction period, so make sure you're ready to actually learn something and have proper resources with you. Also, if you're going to a sixth form, you'll probably be put in a form group and you'll have to do some sort of activities, maybe like icebreakers, very, very brief. I don't remember thinking they were terrifying, so don't be worried too much about that and think of it as a good opportunity to make friends. You also might have an assembly or something like that, so just try and prepare yourself for a chilled day and nothing too daunting, and it will give you a really good feel for what it's like, and try and learn where your classrooms are too if you have the chance. Something that is really important is only picking subjects that you know you enjoy. If you've gone to the first week of classes and you're like, this really isn't for me, but I'm going to stick it out, think about potentially switching because you don't want to be stuck in a subject for 2 years that you hate. It's impossible to revise it, you'll neglect it, you'll leave it. You could have saved yourself a bad grade if you just thought about switching. So when you're going to your classes, think about if you enjoy them. Also think about if you like the teachers as well, because that can have a really big impact on your grade and your effort in classes. And as everybody says, try and build a good relationship with your teachers from the beginning. Be really friendly to everyone. They'll notice that you're friendly. Try and put your hand up if you can. I know, terrifying again, but just try and be like the model student for the first month, a couple of months, because they'll remember that. And like everyone says, they'll be more lenient with you. They'll be more understanding. It's easier to get help from them as well because they realize you're trying to put in effort and they'll put in effort back to help you. It reflects well on them if you do well. So make sure you use them too. I hope this was helpful, but let me know if you have any other school related videos you want me to make or any advice I could give, because I know I loved watching these before I started and they actually helped a lot.